Over RuneScape's nearly 2 decades of history, there have been quite a few players banned for abusing glitches, luring, illegal gambling, real-world trading, and so on. Many of these players were so good at it that they managed to rise to fame for doing so. This list covers 5 of the most popular players banned for all of these rule-breaking actions. Before I begin, this video is purely for entertainment purposes, so don't do any of the things that the people on this list were banned for. Anyway, let's get started. Number 5, Darriel321. Pretty much everyone who's ever played RuneScape has heard of Darriel321, but the mystery surrounding his account is kind of insane. Before I get to that though, for those who don't know him, I should probably talk about what made him famous. So, all the way back on June 6, 2006, another player by the name of CursedU was having his 99 construction party. He was actually the first person to get level 99 in that skill, so as you'd expect, the party was kinda massive. It started to get a little bit out of hand, so he decided to kick everyone from the house. Now, for a reason that's still up to debate to this day, some players who were kicked now had the ability to attack other players in areas that are normally safe. The most notable of these players was Darriel321, who went to Falador and caused what is now known today as the Falador Massacre. This happened during the middle of the night in the UK, so JMods rushed to the office to control the situation. Darriel made it all the way to Edgeville before he was manually disconnected. To this day, we still don't really know who Darriel actually was. Dozens, if not hundreds of players have come forward to claim that they're actually him. Some rumors say he quit RuneScape forever and began playing WoW, others say he returned to play RuneScape soon after, and joined one of RuneScape's most well-known clans, Reign of Terror. Some even believe that this Tip.it interview all the way back from 2006 was faked, and that he actually just spent the year dodging interviews. In reality, we'll probably never know who Darriel really was, but I do know that his name is engraved in RuneScape's history forever, so much so that Jagex even held an event about the Falador Massacre that featured an NPC version of his character. Number 4, Mage. Mage rose to fame after he started posting PKing videos to YouTube soon after the website's creation. From the years he was active in 2004 to 2007, he was pretty well known for these videos and gained traction pretty quickly. His popularity took a sudden nosedive down in 2007 when he was muted for allegedly luring players into the wilderness for his videos. It kinda makes sense though, as in a lot of his videos you can see that the player that he PK'd never really seemed to fight back. As a result, there was a 14-hour riot in Falador composed of angry Mage fans. Jagex didn't budge though, and Mage was permanently banned soon after. 2 years later in 2009, Jagex started to give some old accounts second chances, depending on what they were banned for. Mage's account was quickly recovered and unbanned. His username hit underground RuneScape markets and was sold for real-world cash. Ever since this, his name has been sold multiple times to different members of the community. Whoever owns his username now actually still plays actively and has been seen in old school RuneScape. Much like Darriel321, there are a lot of people who claim to be Mage, and yet again we'll never really know who he was. What makes it even more difficult to discern his real identity is the fact that his username has been passed around so much. Number 3, Fishy. Fishy was one of RuneScape's wealthiest players, with a bank estimated to be anywhere between 250 to 280 billion GP. Fishy's rise to both wealth and fame began when he started merching and staking. He got into the gambling scene where he went on to be one of the top hosts in a well-known gambling clan. This was before starting his own. Like most well-known gamblers at the time, Fishy was also involved in real-world trading. This was eventually his downfall when he was permanently banned for it. Fishy has since stated that he's no longer taking the game as seriously as he used to. I'm not sure if Fishy is still active, but it appears he's quit uploading to his YouTube channel that he maintained back when he was gambling. Number 2, Whenallday. Whenallday is one of RuneScape's most notorious gamblers. He was extremely skilled at staking and ran a massive gambling clan based around dicing and flowering, which for those of you who don't know were 2 of the most popular gambling methods. According to Fishy, Whenallday helped bring flowering and dicing to the mainstream, and taught Fishy everything he knows about gambling. Whenallday was a well-known real-world trader and sold possibly billions of GP for real-world cash. Eventually, Jagex did catch up to him on the 17th of August 2012. His main account, along with any other account he ever owned, was banned. Bodmark Gerhard actually made a news post the day he was banned saying, "We can happily confirm that the ringleaders found to be involved in selling RuneScape gold have been banned." Their actions have directly funded a sizable portion of all real-world trading activity within the game, led to increased macro use, and resulted in huge surges in spam advertising. This ban included other well-known gamblers, such as the previously mentioned Fishy, Stokenut, and high-profile members of the clan Smoke and Mills. According to the RS Players Wiki, he also claims the reason he got banned was because one of his old ranks made a gold selling website and put his name as the leader, but it doesn't seem to include any actual source for this. Regardless, the real-world trading allegations were definitely true, so even without the gold selling site, he would have gotten banned anyway. Number 1. Jojo 3000. Those of you who played RuneScape back in 2006 have probably heard of Jojo 3000. Back in the day, he was extremely famous for his luring videos, which have since racked up millions of views. Supposedly, one of the main reasons his videos became so popular is because they were all real. It's not uncommon for people to fake luring or scamming just to get some views. This is because if they don't ever get caught for faking it, it still seems to rack in just as many views. Anyway, Jojo was most famous for the lure you're seeing on screen now. He would leave a pile of about 10k GP a few steps into the wilderness near the Jolly Boar Inn. He would get a player to follow him up to the inn by showing them a stack of a couple million GP. As a result, the player would be lured into the wilderness and killed by Jojo's accomplices. Now, as you would expect, Jojo was eventually banned. But it wasn't for luring. He was actually banned for real-world trading around 1 billion GP. In total, he had another 4 billion locked up on other accounts that he never got the chance to sell. After all his accounts were banned, he apologized on the Zybez forums, saying that "I am sad to admit that if I could take it back, I would. Also, I feel really bad about all the people I lured. I caused a lot of people to feel really terrible." Now, with every successful lurer, there are copycats. Soon after Jojo was banned, the update that made the wilderness safe was introduced. A few years later, when the update was reversed, players who didn't play back then weren't educated on all the lures from 2007. As a result, a few well-known clans devoted to using Jojo's lure popped up. It's even rumored that Jojo himself returned to the game to try luring again, but this was never actually confirmed. So chances are I missed a few people that you feel should have been on this list. It was really hard narrowing it down to this 5, and I definitely know some of you are going to have problems with some of the people on this list. Let me know if I should make a sequel to this video in the comments below. Once again, this video is not meant to encourage rule breaking, and just like all the people on this list, if you do it, you'll get banned. Regardless, that's it for this video. As always, thank you to my Patreon supporters whose names are on screen now. Thanks for watching everyone, and I will see you in the next video.